It's now time for the morning show on XL7-TV.
Welcome to the morning show on XL7-TV. I'm Bob Rickmall. This is Scooter. Whoop whoop. Scott Callies.
How are you, sir?
It's Monday.
It is.
Oh, Monday.
Oh, Monday.
Oh.
One more day would be nice. One more day. But it's all right.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, you'd just be mowing all day. So.
Well, until the rain comes.
Yeah, we do got rain coming,
and
I
leaves.
Think. Yeah.
Did you have a busy weekend?
I did. I did some work on my truck. And I got one of them Dodge Hemis that got that, Hemi exhaust tick.
The other Chevy's got them, too.
And, yeah. But mine was getting pretty bad, so decided I was going to do both of them. And then I ran into one little issue and it come to find out that it was the wrong bolt. But trying to figure out why the heck they aren't lining or working the way they should and everything. So ended up being a late night last night. We fell behind trying to figure that out. And then with the rain coming in, we decided we'd just get the lights out and get it all done. And so we got done about 10:30 last night.
You and Amanda?
Me, Amanda, and my dad.
Well, of course, Popper.
Of course, Popper.
Yeah.
He's got to be there.
Now, does he drive home or did he spend the night?
Nah, he drove home.
He drove home.
Yeah.
What a guy.
Yeah. Yeah. He was the one that's like, all right, let's just get – and we were going to hold off. He's like, use the other vehicle, and then tomorrow we'll finish this side up. And we got to looking at the weather. It's like, oh, no, we ain't finishing this up tomorrow. So then we just decided – my dad was the one that's like, all right, get the floodlights out, get her done.
And you did.
And I did, and got rid of
the problem.
It cured the problem. It is very, very quiet.
Nice.
And, you don't hear the tick at all anymore, and everything is done right and all torqued down, and so I'm happy. I'm happy.
Happy Scooter.
Happy Scooter is a good scooter. Here you go. So how was your weekend?
Busy.
Busy.
Yeah, busy.
Mowing.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mowing.
Yeah, and trying to just catch up from all the rain.
Yeah, I get it.
But it's good. Boy, made a trip down to the river, down on River Road, but we went down through Briarcliff on 5.
Yep.
And just looking at the devastation from 5, boy, it's nasty.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a long time before that gets cleaned up.
Yeah. It is going to take time, unfortunately.
Of course, the mayor will be here Wednesday, so we'll get his inside scoop on what all's going on and what the governor had to say yesterday. And she was here yesterday, came up and scoped things out in Baxter County. She had been here to Marion County last week.
Yeah.
And she came up in Baxter County and spent some time in Briarcliff, and I believe there's some help on the way.
Awesome.
Which would be good.
That'd be a good thing.
Folks are going to need it for sure.
There's no doubt. They've got a lot of devastation down there, and so it's always a tough thing. And I mean, it's easy to say, hey, it's just material stuff you can get, but this, when something like this happens, you lose all the memory stuff that you can't get back. The pictures, the stuff that's personal to you, and it's hard. It really is.
Yeah, houses can be replaced, but all that special stuff cannot.
Yeah.
So, anyway, let's go to the morning prayer.
All right.
It's time for morning prayer, brought to you by Hospice of the Ozarks. 870-508-1771 is our number. Greg Wood and his staff do a wonderful job with helping people in their time of need. They've been serving Baxter and Marion County since 1979. They'll be glad to answer any questions you might have about hospice care. Hospice of the Ozarks, 870-508-1771. Now the morning prayer. Lord, we just thank you for the beautiful weather that you've given us over the weekend. Lord, we just thank you for the work that has been able to be completed and restoring power for all the Entergy customers, Lord, and just a few left for North Arkansas Electric. Lord, we just pray that you'll give them patience and let them know that they're working as fast as they can. Lord, we just thank you for our troops that are fighting in conflicts overseas. Lord, we pray for their families that have been left behind. Lord, we just pray for our government, our federal, our state, our county, and our city governments all across the United States. Lord, we just pray that you'll be with them, lead, guide, direct them, keep them safe. Assure them that they are in those positions to look out for the betterment of the country, not their pocketbooks. Lord, we just thank you for all that you do for us. And it's in Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
The morning prayer brought to you by Hospice of the Ozarks. 870-508-1771 is her number. Give them a call. We'll be back after a quick word from Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z Team, Century 21 Lee Mack Realty.
Hi, I'm Bob Zadora, the Z Team. I'd like to share something with you. Our team didn't need to reach everyone to be considered successful. We only needed the power of one. One person who was delighted with the way they were treated, helping them to reach their real estate goals. One person who told another person who told another, and so on. So if you're ready to buy or sell real estate, the Z Team would like to be your one. Give us a call. 870-405-0793, Century 21 Lee Mack Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home.
It's time for lake levels, dam reports, and all the weather updates brought to you by Bob and Linda Zadora. The Z Team, Century 21 Lee Mack Realty, 870-405-0793 is their number. Retiredtoarkansas.net is their website. Go there, click on live views, and today you see this.
Beautiful.
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 Little bit of fog on the water, but not much.
A little murky water, it looks like. Yeah, but that may just be the sun shining. It may clear up when we get a different shot, don't you think?
Yeah, once the sun gets out there, it'll clear up.
What you're looking at is the beautiful White River, downtown Cotter, the Rainbow Bridge, followed by the Trellis Bridge behind it, Contractors Trust, the Railroad Museum over to your right. City of Cotter and the City Park is straight ahead. Over to your far right would be the City of Gassville, backed up by the City of Mountain Home. Straight ahead would be the State of Missouri, and way off to your left, if you could see around the bend there, would be the City of Bull Shoals. The beautiful White River at the trout capital of the world, Cotter, Arkansas. I'm going to run through some temperatures as that clicks through. That's what it was, a little bit of fog down there blocking the clear water. Going to run through some temperatures as the live clips clip through. Currently in Mountain Home at 70, Harrison is 68, Batesville is 70, Yellville 69, Marshall 66, Salem 66, Mountain View is 66, Calco Rock is 70, West Plains, Missouri is 69, Springfield is 70, St. Louis, Missouri 68, Poplar Bluff, Missouri 70 degrees. Boom, boom, boom. There you go. Retiredtoarkansas.net is the website. You can go there, click on MLS listings, see what's available in our area. If you find something that tickles your fancy, give them a call at 870-405-0793. Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z Team, Century 21 Lee Mack Realty. Let's take a look at the radar. Currently on the radar, there's lots of water. Other than that, same old stuff.
Lots of water.
Lots of water. Big rainstorm going up through Montana, heading through Idaho, going into Wyoming and Utah. Some heavy rains in Minnesota and Wisconsin. Some rain going through Iowa as well. Kansas has some rain hitting through Wichita at this moment. And Arkansas, there's a little bit of rain down around Little Rock. It looks like it might dissipate before it gets us too hard. It's supposed to hit us around 10 o'clock. We're going to zoom into Arkansas. And it froze up here. Let's let it get caught up. As you can see, it was clear around 6. Got a little bit of rain entering into the state around 7. Should be some rain hitting the lower portion of Baxter County around 10. And around 11, Mountain Home should get hit pretty good with some rain, but then it should dissipate out for the afternoon.
That'd be nice.
That would be nice. On the national scene, watches and warnings. No big watches and warnings for the state of Arkansas. Got some wind advisories going on. Nothing in Arkansas, Missouri, Iowa to speak of. What is that one little color there? Flood advisory? No, what is that right there?
That'd be flood.
That is flood advisory? That's from the remnants of all the rain we had last week.
Yep.
Other than that, Arkansas is pretty clear. Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee is clear as well. Louisiana is too. And let's look at 7-day forecast. Currently, today is going to be high of 80, chance of thunderstorms, and then thunderstorms likely. Chance of thunderstorms tonight, low of 65. High tomorrow, 84, chance of rain. tomorrow night, low 68, chance of rain. Wednesday, 86, chance of rain. Wednesday night, 62, mostly clear. Thursday, high of 88, sunny.
Wednesday night, there's a chance? I thought it was going to be clear on Wednesday.
I said mostly clear Wednesday night. Chance of rain on Wednesday.
Okay.
You want to read this?
Nope. Go right ahead.
Thursday, high of 88, sunny. Mostly clear Thursday night, low of 61, high of 83 on Friday, and sunny. Let's see what next Saturday looks like. 30% chance of rain next Saturday, high of 81. Next Sunday, high of 82 with a 30% chance of rain. Pollen and allergies. Let's take a look here. Tree pollen low today, none tomorrow, none on Wednesday. Grass is moderate today, moderate tomorrow, low on Wednesday. Ragweed is low today, none tomorrow, none on Wednesday. Lake levels and dam reports. Lake Norfolk. Hold, please. Lake Norfolk, 558.87, which is 6.87 above full pool of 552. No generation is going on at this time. Lake Bull Shoals, currently running 1 at minimum flow with a lake level of 667.39, which is 8.39 above full pool of 659. And there you go.
They must be pushing water down because our water level's been increasing even through the weekend, stuff like that.
Yeah, they're bringing it in from Missouri for sure.
Yeah.
Even though we haven't had any rain.
Yeah. But the levels have been climbing.
Yeah. And the drought, we don't have anything on the drought monitor except for the southeast portion of Baxter County, and then they're over toward the northeast Arkansas. They've got some abnormally dry and D1 moderate drought.
That's looking a lot better.
Looks a lot better. That's the lake levels, dam reports, and all the updates brought to you by Bob and Linda Zadora. The Z-Team, Century 21 Lee Mack Realty, 870-405-0793 is their number. Retiredarkansas.net is their website. These are realtors you can recommend to your friends. I say they're busy, but never too busy to help you. The Z-Team, Bob and Linda Zadora. You're watching The Morning Show on XL7-TV. We'll be back in just a moment.
When the acres add up, so does the work. The Kubota LO2 series is ready for it. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience, it features powerful, dependable Kubota diesel engines, performance-matched attachments, and the versatility to get the job done right.
For all your Kubota needs, visit Ozarks Farm and Lawn in Mountain Home.
Welcome back to The Morning Show on XL7-TV. It's time for community news and happenings brought to you by Ozarks Farm and Lawn, the dealership that deals. Highway 62 Southwest at Buford Road, 870-425-3434 is their number, and they got all kinds of hay cutting equipment, balers, tedders, rakes.
Keep going.
That's it. And guess what? It's a good thing they got them because there's all kinds of hay out there.
And the way the rain and everything's been going, I think they're good.
It might be a 3-cut year.
There may be, if they can keep a little bit through the summertime and enough moisture, just keep it growing.
Yep.
Be a good thing. Be a good thing this year.
Be a good
for
thing.
them.
If you're looking for a lawn mower, lawn tractor, zero turn, commercial zero turn, they've got them. Kubotas, Skags, New Holland tractors, Kubota tractors, all kinds of stuff. RTVs.
They got a lot of RTVs in stock right now.
Yeah. Parts, all kinds of parts, new parts, old parts, some parts.
Big service center. They can service anything.
There you go.
They'll take care of you.
And that's it.
Okay.
Did you go to the concert in the park Saturday?
I did not.
I didn't either. I was too busy.
I did not.
Yep. But there's another chance. On July the 13th, Kelsey Hart will be there at 7 o'clock. Concert in the park brought to you by Baxter Health. No, Baxter Labs, isn't it? What is Baxter? Baxter's just Baxter?
I think it's Baxter Health, but I'm not sure.
No, I think it's actually Baxter Lab.
No, is it? Did it say? Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. However, you didn't go and I didn't go.
I didn't go.
446 South Hickory Street here in Mountain Home. Kelsey Hart will be the next concert at the park. It'll be at 7 o'clock on July the 13th. Football camp will be June the 17th. It's brought to you by the Mallet Family Foundation Sports Camps. It's where passion meets purpose. It'll be June the 17th from 9 to 11:30 for kindergarten through 8th grade. You can register now. It's a free camp. All participants from ages kindergarten through 8th. Attendance for full session. You get a camp t-shirt, snow cones, camp swag. You're going to work with some of the Mountain Home coaches. They got some special guests coming in to help with that as well. A light snack and a beverage will be also provided. Should be a good one. This is the first annual. Hopefully, it's an annual thing, but this will be the first one here in Mountain Home, brought to you by the Mallet Family Foundation, and it's should be a good time. You know of anything else, Scooter?
I don't.
Let's see if there's anything on this upcoming events page here. Book drive at the Van Meter Center tomorrow, the 4th, from 8 to 4. I don't know how you drive a book, but I guess you can try. Bible study at Newton County Senior Center. Crafting at the Alley White American Legion Post 52. That's going to be tomorrow from 10 to 3. Line dancing for women tomorrow from 11:15 to 2. You ever line dance, Scooter?
I did when I was younger.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
There's really not anywhere to do it in here.
No?
In this area, yeah. When I was younger, yeah, we used to do a lot of country dancing, and line dancing was part of it.
Pre-beginning line dance steps. Here you go, Scooter. Open for men and women.
There you
it's
go.
It's a brand new class.
See, that's for you, Bob.
No.
Yes.
I ain't got time for that garbage. No interest in that, Scooter. There you go. We're grabbing at straws. That's Community News and Happenings, brought to you by Ozarks Farm and Lawn, the dealership that deals, 870-425-3434, Highway 62 Southwest at Buford Road. You can't miss it. There is a rainbow of colors out there. Go see them.
Rainbow of colors.
Need any parts, service, new equipment, get your old equipment work done, go see them. Ozarks Farm and Lawn. We'll be back in just a moment.
Your senior healthcare specialist is VACO Insurance in Mountain Home. Retired law enforcement and disabled veteran owner Frank VACO and staff can help you with all your insurance needs. VACO Insurance provides coverage for most carriers in the area, such as Medicare, Affordable Care Act, individual, or any other health or life insurance options. With over 13 years experience and agents in multiple areas and locations throughout northern Arkansas and southern Missouri, VACO Insurance is the right choice to handle all your insurance needs. That's VACO Insurance, located in Mountain Home.
For all things glass, contact the professionals at Clear Results Glass in Mountain Home. Whether you're needing a rock chip repair or a full windshield replacement, Clear Results Glass can take care of all of your automotive glass needs with fast turnarounds at competitive prices. They service business and residential customers and can custom cut any glass or provide you with the right fit for your home windows, sliding doors, commercial glass, or even a frameless shower enclosure. Contact Clear Results Glass today for a quote or to schedule your next glass project. That's Clear Results Glass, located in Mountain Home.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care in Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
All you've ever wanted was a place to write your story. You hear it's not the right time to buy or sell a house, but really, the best time is when it's right for you. The real estate markets, they change, they go up, they go down. One thing that doesn't change is where you want to be in your life. The professionals you team up with will make your story happen. The Z Team are the professionals you need to hire for your next chapter. So call the Z Team at 870-405-0793, Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East, retiredtoarkansas.net.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
Provide.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. This morning, my guest is Coach Dell Leonard, Mountain Home Lady Bomber basketball and Mountain Home golf coach. Coach, let's talk about just general stuff this morning for the first portion of the show. Were you hit by the tornado at all where you live?
No, but apparently it was close. So I actually got the all clear, I guess around 4 a.m. or so, and communicating with my daughters back and forth, and then went back to bed, and apparently probably about a mile down the road, I guess a tornado went right over the West Bridge there where I live, and never heard anything. It's just crazy how those things bounce around and pop up out of nowhere.
I had no idea it was even raining until the electricity went off, my fan died, and I started sweating, and I'm going, what's going on here?
I wouldn't have known either if my phone hadn't started blowing up, so.
Yeah, that was my phone went off, and that's what told me.
Mm. Any of your players anywhere get involved in that?
No, we had a couple of girls at camp that were supposed to come to camp that were directly involved from Norfolk, and obviously, we feel for their family and everything that happened, and it's that was a sad little deal. So we ended up sending them some basketballs home and things like that. But as far as Mountain Home kids, I have not heard. So.
Had a good week of camp last week?
It was a great week. It's always a great week, and I'll tell you why it's a great week is because we have such good coaches that come in and help us, and then our high school players are right now, obviously, we're having a good run of players who really work hard on their own, and we had a good year last year, and most of them coming back, so all the little kids know who they are, and they really look up to them, and I think if I would have had a picture and autograph session, we'd have probably been there another 2 or 3 hours after camp. But our high school players, they're the real deal. I mean, I'm talking about not just good players, but good people. And I can't wait to see what they do after, college and after high school. And they're all, right now we have 5 that are being heavily recruited, and they'll go on and play, but all 19, 20 girls, well, you count our managers, all 23 girls are going to be successful at something.
We'll talk more about the actual team, the basketball team, in the next segment. The camp itself, who is that open to? Anybody in the area, just Mountain Home kids?
No, it's open to everybody. It seems like that now everybody has a camp, so we don't get as many kids as we used to, but we'll get kids that'll come in to stay with their grandparents, and they'll be 3 or 4 states away. And it's a really good camp. It's developed a great reputation through Coach Wood and Coach Yancey early on, and we've tried to carry the torch. So
you said you have some coaches come in and help you with that. Who comes in?
Well, right now it's primarily people affiliated with our program, former players such as Emma Martin came in, playing at Pitt State right now. And I hate it when you ask me because I got to start naming people, remembering people, and I'm gonna forget somebody. But we pulled the 2 legends in, and with Brenda Yancey came in, and
I thought I saw a picture of Coach Yancey somewhere.
Don Webb came in, and they're just kid magnets. And Addison Yates helped Coach Yancey on that side of it, and she's awesome. But we just got our new junior high coach. Coach Josie Roark, and then Jordan Campbell. Our girls staff is great, and Skylar King, who's actually got a great basketball background. He's our head soccer coach, but he helps with the little kids camp. Peyton Husky came in and ran our other little kids camp. Again, I know I'm probably missing somebody, but I absolutely really loved our staff and the work they did. Kenley Pritchard, who's recently moved into town, she's engaged to Bradley Ludwig. She runs the marketing program, or works for the marketing program at the hospital, and really good athlete from Greene County Tech. Played volleyball and basketball, and she helped us as well this past week.
How many kids did you have?
Overall, from kindergarten through 7th grade, we were right around 100. So
It's a good number.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good number.
It's a real good number.
And when the little ones get an interest in it now, a lot of them stick around.
Well, you hope. I mean, that's the whole deal. We're not going to make them great players in 3 days, but what we got to do is make them help them love the game. That's the number one thing. Is our camp, number one, is a fundraiser for our program, but also it's a recruiting tool, and we want those little ones. And when I'm talking about recruiting tool, I'm talking about kids that are in Mountain Home School District, because we're there's so many sports that are offered out there, and basketball is not easy. Mm-hmm. And when you and I and Scooter played, and we got out of a tough practice, it was our parents, we wrote, get your butt back out there the next day. Nowadays that doesn't happen as much, and kids kind of have the freedom to do what they want, but basketball's hard, and that's the first time that a kid may get their heart rate up. It's the first time they feel a little bit uncomfortable. And so whereas we were told to get our tails back out there, that doesn't happen as much anymore. So you got to really try your best to get those kids hooked early. And kudos to every other sport out there that can get a large number of kids, but I do think that specializing in one sport when they're really young is a huge mistake, because what happens is they really specialize in I'm talking about like starting in the 4th grade, and they specialize and they get up there around junior high. Now you're getting into school programs where if you have a tremendous amount of kids, you have to cut. Mm-hmm. Well, if your kid gets cut and they specialize in one sport, then now what do they have? So I think it's a really, I'll just tell you, our entire high school roster played a spring sport. Every one of them play at least 2 and some 3, and then others are, you look at our golf team with Jack Coleman and how many things he's involved in with band and FFA. And you gotta branch out and try a lot of different things, and when you start to specialize, it really hurts kids.
And you said a lot there when you said that it's easy for the parents today to just allow them to stop.
It is, and it's also, I think there's a little bit of a mindset of, I'm going to pour everything I have as far as my time and my finances into my kid in this sport. That doesn't mean they're going to be successful in that sport. Mm-hmm. And I think you got to have options, and if you don't have options, then you're setting your kid up for failure.
Scooter, you see that in the wrestling world too, where you've got student athletes that, Mackenzie Clark is a good example of that. She did dance or cheer, and then she's wrestling, and
yep,
very active.
I'm a big fan of multi-sport athletes. I think it keeps you competitive in the off season. It also lets you do something new and have that excitement to come back. When you specialize and you work in one sport day after day, every day, eventually it's going to pay a toll. There's a burnout that the risk gets higher and higher to burn out. Mm-hmm. But when you've got other sports and that you're jumping into, and you get this excitement to come back, and you're still staying competitive, and there's just a lot of things that being a multi-sport athlete, I think, benefits that kid.
Coach Leonard, when you look at the number of multi-sport athletes that you deal with on an annual basis throughout the school year, because you do coach the golf team, both the boys and the girls golf team, and then you go and coach the Lady Bomber basketball team, how hard is it? Do you help them make the decision to do the second sport or third sport, or you just leave it up to them, or is there one sport that would benefit basketball more than another?
Well, they're all playing something right now, so we just try to be supportive, encouraging, and try to go to those games in the spring and let them see that we are there and support them. If you've got a kid say that today we're going to practice, we're going to go to the track, we're going to be in the weight room, and say that I've got a kid that we have a thing that we call 88. So you run one lap in less than 88 seconds. That's the time you have to get. And I get a Jayla Yonkers that's getting it in 61 seconds, one lap. Then I'm talking to the track coach. Mm-hmm. And I'm saying, hey, man, you need to look at this kid. Or, and people don't realize that Anna McCarn runs track. I mean, she's our 5 girl, she's our post player, and she outruns everybody on the team. So I think it's Coach Husky does a great job of getting all of us to look for things like that. You got a kid that really strong girl like a Livy Fosness. She probably needs to be throwing the disc with a shot put, which she does.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's different things like that. And then, for me, you could set and pick and choose, but not everybody's going to, for cross country is a great fall sport for a basketball player, and different things like that. But you got to support what their niche is and what they want to do. And, if you get a kid, well, like, I've used Jack Coleman as an example, but you better also make sure you know that band schedule and know that FFA schedule. And that's where he and, that's where Leah and Nick, and of course Nick has so much to do with our golf program, but Leah does such a great job of letting me know, okay, and so that way we try our best to not put that kid in a bad situation. Mm-hmm. So, but that's with all of them, and it's a lot of work and it's a big job, but we're doing this for kids.
Back in the 70s, you remember the 70s?
Well, I mean, I do, but, I'm talking like $6 Million Man in 1976, living in St. Charles, Missouri, but I remember a little bit
Back when I was a kid in high school, played football for Coach Crawford, and every year at the end of football, it's, okay, boys, which sport are you going to? And if you didn't have one, if you couldn't answer that question like that fast, he gave you one. So
I did one year, Clint Peveril came to me, and I think they had just 2 girls on the girls cross country team, and I have so much respect for what he has done and where our cross country program and our track program is right now. And he said, I'm in a bind. He said, we need some runners. And at the time we had Domino Miller and Brooke Rogers and really good group of, they were 5 foot nothing, but they played hard. And he said, what do you think about them running cross country? So I made it mandatory, and they ended up winning a state championship that year.
There you go.
And but you can't really make them do it anymore.
No.
You can highly encourage it, but you can't make them.
No.
So
it's time for a quick break. You're watching the morning show on XL7-TV. We'll be back in just a moment.
Caring, compassionate services at an affordable price is our goal at Connor Family Funeral Home. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that treats our friends and neighbors just like family, with a wide range of services and options to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area. Connor Family addresses all the details with no hidden fees, so you can rest assured that you are treated like family for a more personalized and worry-free service. That's Connor Family Funeral Home, where compassion and affordability meet, located in Mountain Home.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Even on the most perfect day, the unexpected can happen. But with just one call to their local Red Ribbon expert at Overhead Door, they can get their garage door fixed or replaced in a jiffy.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home. Experience the
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Coach Dell Leonard's with me. We're going to talk about some Lady Bomber basketball, even though it's off season. Got some exciting things going on with the Lady Bomber basketball program. You mentioned briefly earlier that you've got 5 that are being heavily recruited to go play at the next level. Can we talk about them a little bit?
Yeah, Jayla Yonkers and Anna McCarn, Lake and Moore. Every time you turn around, someone else is offering them. Livy Fosness is her first year of playing AAU in this area. She's not going to be flying under the radar much longer. I mean, I didn't think that we would ever coach a player that would be physically stronger than Addison Yates, but we found one, and she's 5'11", 6 feet, and just, strong. I truly believe that she could start at defensive end on our football team. She is, and I don't think the football coaches would argue with. She's in Coach Strabel's Mach 10 program right now, and we're very, very blessed that Livy and Ava and their family moved here. But she's going to get some offers. She's going to play at the next level along those other 3. And then we have a new young lady that's coming over from Harrison, Brooklyn Mitchell. I thought she was one of the better guards in the league last year, and she wanted to play for Mountain Home. She's played a little bit of AAU with some of our girls, and that's, for me, for a kid who's that good, and that's pretty humbling that they want to come be part of your program. And so that's 5 kids. Whitten Coleman, Sarah Williams, Lake and Anderson. You go to right now, what would be our top 8, if they really want to, if those, our 3 girls that, I'm not saying that we have a starting 5 because we're probably going to mix our lineup up, but our top 8 could be recruited, like Lake and Anderson. She's going to play softball at a high level, but I'm telling you, she could play basketball as well if she wanted to, and all of those kids could play somewhere. But yes, Lakin, Moore, Jayla Yonkers, Anna McCarn are getting a lot of attention right now, and then Livy Fosness and Brooklyn Mitchell will be getting a lot of attention.
What is AAU ball?
It's called, it's got so many different acronyms now that it's not just AAU, but Arkansas Amateur or Arkansas something Union, whatever. It's summer basketball, spring and summer basketball, and it's what the college coaches use to do a lot of their recruiting, because they're playing during our season is the same as the college season, so they don't get to do a whole lot of recruiting, even though they do. And in my experience is there's a lot of good AAU coaches out there, and it's just like high school. There's some that are really good and there's some that aren't, and some do their job and some don't. You get an AAU coach who's about developing players, who is about AAU, those kids are playing AAU because they want to get seen by college coaches. And our kids are all playing for coaches that are working hard to help get those kids seen and help develop them. And some AAU coaches it might be all about them, but the people that our girls are playing for are obviously doing a really good job. So.
Where's the closest AAU team to Mountain Home?
Well, you could make one right here in Mountain Home if you wanted to. Our kids play, Jayla and Anna play for ISO Joe. out of Little Rock, and Lakin Moore plays for the Oklahoma Shock. Brooklyn plays for a team out of Northwest Arkansas. I believe it's the Elite, I think. I'm not sure what the name of Livy's team is, but she plays for the team out of Springfield, Missouri. And then, I don't think that
those teams do a lot of traveling around different areas to play ball.
Yeah, they go to, like, when you talk about different areas, you're talking about Dallas, Texas, Louisville, Kentucky. I know last year they went to Philadelphia. I mean, they're all playing on a pretty high level.
That's a big commitment.
Yeah, they might have a game, and they'll have Division I coaches sitting in the bleachers, recruiting. So it's something that you have to do if you want to play at the next level. And now I will tell you that the really good coaches, they're still going to call the high school coach and stay in touch with the high school coach, because we're the ones that, we have them during school, and we spend the most time with them, and they're still going to talk to you about those kids. So
you lost a few seniors this season. You've got some freshmen coming up.
We got a good group of freshmen coming up. I don't foresee any of them playing at the varsity level as sophomores, but I hope they have that goal. Good kids, willing to learn, wanting to work. And I've seen our older kids, kind of metaphorically speaking, put their arm around them, and just I've seen an older kid, a different older kid, find a younger kid, and you can just see them helping them. Like they grab them, so you're going with me in the weight room, and you don't have two seniors over here. You have a senior and a sophomore, and that's the way it's supposed to be. I shouldn't have to do a whole lot of work. The older kids should kind of teach the younger ones the
mentorship. Work wonderful.
The way we do things, right?
7th grade program. What do you think your numbers are going to look like, and when will you first see that 7th grade program?
Well, we'll see them the first day of school, but we've also have volleyball, and we have kids that play both. We do have a lot of volleyball, basketball 7th graders. So during volleyball season, we won't have very many basketball kids, but when volleyball is over, we'll get them all. So that's, this is their first taste of, okay, now we got basketball or we got volleyball every day. So
who's coaching our 7th grade program?
Well, right now I know, but I can't tell you because the board's voting on it tomorrow night.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize we had a void there. So
we have a void, and we do have someone hired who we think is going to do a great job, but the board has to vote on it, and I can't comment until they vote on it. So.
Okay. So we don't have a void any longer, that we have a candidate.
Well, let's hope not. That depends on
as long as they say
as long as they're good with it. Okay. I don't feel like we're going to have any problems. But
how about the 8th grade program, 8th and 9th grade? Is that combined or is that separate?
It's combined, and now we instead of saying we're playing an 8th grade game or we're playing a 9th grade game, because you have 8th graders sometimes that are good enough to contribute to the varsity. So we have, just like high school, we have junior high varsity and junior high JV.
Okay.
So, and that's the way we work that. And, we've got over 30 kids in the 8th grade, and we're going to have a little evaluation period. I mean, we can't, it's impossible to have that many, but we'll have a little evaluation period, and then we'll get our roster set.
Who's coaching them?
We hired Josie Roark, who will soon be Josie Hemshoot. She's engaged to Trevor Hemshoot, who runs Trevor Hemshoot Insurance here in town, and they're getting married June the 15th, and we are thrilled to death to have her. I couldn't be luckier right now. I mean, obviously, I've been lucky with the people that we've had on staff. Our girls' basketball program has always had great coaches, but with Josie Roark right now at the junior high and Jordan Campbell, we've got 2 girls that have a lot of energy, and they're hungry, and they work really hard.
And the high school staff is you and Coach Husky?
Me and Coach Husky, and he's stepping in right now because we are in a situation where, we're a couple of coaches short, and we'll eventually fill those. But, I mean, gosh, I wouldn't have a problem with Coach Husky helping me until we're both done, and we have a lot of fun, and the group we have right now, you don't have to spur them much. I mean, they're ready to go, and they wear me and him out as far as, wanting in the gym all the time, and that's good. That's a good problem to have.
Yep, it's absolutely a good problem. We're going to take another break. We'll come back with Coach Dell Leonard. We're going to talk Mountain Home Bomber Golf. Be back in just a moment.
Experience the best in Mexican dining. Letty's in Gassville, voted numerous times as the best Mexican restaurant in the Twin Lakes area. Come out for delicious breakfast served all day, or enjoy an authentic Mexican lunch or dinner. $1.49 tacos on Thursday, 10% discount for seniors every day. No time? Call Letty's and have your to-go order waiting for you. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties, weddings, holidays, or big events. The best Mexican restaurant in the Twin Lakes area. Letty's in Gassville.
Well, folks, have you ever been trout fishing before?
Not since I was a little kid.
You'll do fine.
Hey, what are you doing?
Aren't you coming along?
See you downriver.
How do you start this motor? I've never been in a boat before.
See you downriver.
Well, folks, have you sold a house before?
Yeah, about 30 years ago.
Yeah. Oh, well, you'll be okay then.
You sure?
Where are you going?
See you at the closing.
Hey!
At the closing.
We should call the Z-Team.
When the acres add up, so does the work. The Kubota LO2 series is ready for it. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience, it features powerful, dependable Kubota diesel engines, performance-matched attachments, and the versatility to get the job done right.
For all your Kubota needs, visit Ozarks Farm and Lawn in Mountain Home. Your senior healthcare specialist is VACO Insurance in Mountain Home. Retired law enforcement and disabled veteran owner Frank VACO and staff can help you with all your insurance needs. VACO Insurance provides coverage for most carriers in the area, such as Medicare, Affordable Care Act, individual, or any other health or life insurance options. With over 13 years experience and agents in multiple areas and locations throughout northern Arkansas and southern Missouri, VACO Insurance is the right choice to handle all your insurance needs. That's VACO Insurance, located in Mountain Home.
For all things glass.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Talking to Coach Dell Leonard. We're going to talk Mountain Home Bomber Golf. Coach, it's full swing. And
we're excited.
Pardon the pun.
First of all, again, I talked about how great our coaches are in the girls basketball program. Golf is, as I've said before, it's a little different animal. I mean, first of all, you can't be the golf coach or agree to be the golf coach and the basketball coach when you've got right there where they bookend each other without great coaches. And the fact that when I'm gone to golf and Coach Husky's there running it, I know they're in great hands. The basketball players are in great hands. Same thing, we've got, and the thing that's so awesome about our golf coaches, they're not getting paid. These guys are volunteers. And you've got Nick Coleman, who has invested so much on the boys' side, and Andy Westcoat and Scott Sherry. And then on the girls' side, you got Brent Edens and Marty Edens. And I'm not too proud to sit here and tell you that, I give all of those people a ton of like ownership, and they want it, and they take it, and they invest, and they really work hard for our kids. And what our boys team and girls team did last year was, I don't think anybody saw it coming. And to look at the fact that you've got a lot of those kids back, well, all of them back on the boys' side, and then the girls' side, you have all of them. We lost 2 seniors, but we have a couple of younger ones coming in that I think when you mix in the experience we have, it could be a lot of fun. And I give 100% of the credit away. Nick is our field coach on the boys' side. Brent's our field coach on the girls' side. And what that means is I'm the golf coach. And again, it's people just think it's one team, but it's 2 different teams. Mm-hmm. And the Arkansas Activities Association says there can be 1 head coach assigned per team during a match. Well, most of your matches, boys and girls combined. Matter of fact, almost all of them. So I saw the opportunity to assign someone who's very knowledgeable and very good at what they do to the boys team, and then the same to the girls, instead of me trying to run around the course and coach 10 kids or 9 kids. Now I can just kind of be there to almost in a way assist, Nick, and assist Brent. And then you've got Marta, who is also helping out there, assisting Brent. And then you got me and Andy and Scott doing whatever we need to do. Now, during practice, it's all of us together and doing the best we can for the kids. But, when you go back to when our current juniors were 8th graders, we invited them to practice, and at that time, Nick came in and started working with those kids, and then some of our other staff would be involved as well, outside of our high school program. But we kind of had a vision and conversations on where do we want this to be in 3 years, and we got there in 2. And now our girls program was in the top 2 at the time. We graduated some really good players, and and then last year I felt like that it was just a really proud moment for our girls to see the way they ended, because they never complained, they just battled, and they ended and had a great year. And then our boys, when everybody thought that we weren't even on the radar, nobody had us pushing Benton for the state championship, and we end up state runner-up, and I was so proud of those kids and proud of our coaches. And it's just, we're in a good spot. We're in a good spot, and we're going to host the conference tournament. We've got a big tournament coming up for the Ultimate. I'm not sure what the name. It used to be the Ultimate Auto Group, but I'm not sure what it might just be the Mountain Home Invitational. But we've got a really big tournament, and golf season's really fast. But there's a lot of excitement surrounding golf right now.
When does the season start?
August the 4th, I believe, is the first match, and that's our tournament that we host here. So, and it is a huge on-taking, and, couldn't do it without Big Creek, couldn't do it without our community.
You never want to ask when do they start practicing, because in golf, they practice all the time on their own.
Well, they should be, and that's when I get a text from a player that says, hey, when do practices start? Well, number one, we've already told them, but you still get that. But what we have developed is a program that mirrors some of the more successful programs in the state. Mm-hmm. And what that means is when their spring sport is over, if they're a golfer, then they start working on their own. You take someone like Ian Ellison or someone like that, even during baseball season, he's putting and chipping, which is that's how you score. And so we've developed a program now where we see our kids at the golf course all the time, or I have the pros out there, James Stanosky or Mark Morton, or just someone in the community say, hey, I see your boys golf team, I see your girls out there a lot. And that's good. So spring going into June, it's their time. After the dead period, which is like June the 26th through July the 7th, we start practice. Now, the time of the day that we start practice is dictated on a lot of different things. And that is, it's kind of funny because we were having this conversation off the air, but, where do they work? What's their schedule? And then the tail that's kind of been wagging the dog these last few summers is the heat index. And, the AAA, they have us, we have rules we have to follow with the heat index. So there's times where we're either practicing early in the morning or late in the evening, and just to get in. And a lot of times late in the evening doesn't cut it because the heat index is still high. But a lot of 5:30, 6 a.m. practices. I don't really mind those because I think it does so much more than just swinging a club. I think it teaches discipline. It teaches mental toughness. There's not very many kids getting up that early to go practice.
It shows you who's dedicated and who's not.
It's not fun, at all, but it's also not going to be fun when you're out there in the real world and, you got to get things done. Maybe you'll learn that getting up a little bit earlier and getting started helps.
How many matches will your teams play in this season?
Well, we play 12 each, and I have worked really hard to try to get us in some of the bigger tournaments, and we've been able to get in all of them except for one, and we're on the waiting list for that one. But in the process of doing that, I haven't filled the holes as far as just your typical, not necessarily a tournament, but just a home match. And both the boys and the girls right now have 7 matches each on the schedule, and most of those are tournaments. But when we start to fill in some of our home matches at Big Creek, because a lot of people want to come to Mountain Home and play Big Creek, that we'll fill those in pretty quick.
In the sports that you're involved in, of course, we've got a lot of new people moving into our area all the time. With all the school sports that you deal with, what would you say to a parent or a grandparent that has a youngster that wants to get involved in a sport? Is it too late for them now, or is it still?
As far as you're talking about golf?
Any sport.
It's never too late for a kid. This time of the year for me, for either sport. Now, if a kid moves in, I think it doesn't matter if you're in the middle of the season. If they're legal, that kid can't help that. And a lot of times it might be because of a death in the family, it might be because of a job change, it might be because of a natural disaster and they had to relocate. So I don't think you ever punish a kid that moves in. You got a kid who's been sitting on campus, and all of a sudden in the middle of the year they decide they want to play, and that's a no-go. So, every situation is different. So, as much as I can, I'm gonna try to help the kid, but you can't let a kid just jump in the middle of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So, especially if they've known, because a lot of those other kids have put so much time and work in, you can't hardly do that.
Yeah, but anybody that's just moved into the area, if they're interested in getting involved in the sport, just get to the school and go to the athletic director's office.
Absolutely.
Talk to Miss Benita, Coach Husky, visit with them and see what's available, see what fit is there, and get them involved. That's the big thing. Do it now in the summertime, get them involved, get them lined up, and they'll get you in touch with the right coach and get things rolling for you. So
whether you play a second or an inning, or sports just being a member of a team when things are done right, a good program can change a kid's life.
I've said it 100 times. There's a number of kids, student athletes that play in Mountain Home right now that is the reason they're still going to school. Not only is it easy for them to say, well, I don't want to play, it's also easy for them to say, I don't want to go to school today.
Yeah.
And that is part of the downfall of what's going on in our world today. Things are too easy to quit, and you can get a GED and you can still go get a job, and you don't have to have a college degree and this and that. You can still go work and make good money. But a lot of times I'll say that sports keeps kids in school.
Yeah, and the adversity you face in sports is going to teach you a lot about life. And when you make a commitment to a team, you're as a player, as a parent, you can disagree with things, and you can disagree with playing time, you can disagree with whatever, but when that adversity hits, if you don't figure out how to fight through it opposed to just quitting, then what are you setting yourself up for later in life?
Mm-hmm.
So,
no one with success behind them has ever quit.
No, and I think it's the parent's job to help the kid through that. Kids don't know. They don't understand.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you how many times that, not just in our program, but go ask, if you could call back 90%, you call back kids that have quit when maybe there was a little bit of a bump in the road or a big bump in the road. I guarantee you 90% of them regret it.
Never give up.
Mm-hmm. You can learn a lot by sticking with something through the end.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach, I appreciate you taking the time in the middle of the summer, the beginning of the summer, to come in and join us here. It's always good to have you.
Well, you're welcome, and it's actually a lot easier for me to come in at this time, because I'm not trying to get to class by 8 o'clock. So
there you go.
Anytime, appreciate y'all always letting us talk about our kids. So anytime we get a chance to do that, we want to do that.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
You've been watching The Morning Show on XL7-TV. We'll see you tomorrow.